All right, and we are back here for UFC Vegas 117. Arnold Allen versus Melky Costa. I got some rest. My brain's working a little bit better this morning. And we're going to get into breaking down the fights and getting into my bets for the week. I keep missing my initial leans video. Going to get better at my consistency with this thing. That's the goal. So every week, if I can make a little bit of improvements, um, the empire will grow. So yeah, pretty much we're going to start right off. I'm going to bring it down to the bottom. Shauna Bannon versus Nicole Cagliari. I've got Nicole Cagliari in this one, and my confidence has grown throughout the week. I did not initially have a bet on her, but I mean, look at those weigh-ins. That's a scary lady right there in comparison to Shauna Bannon. Just look at Nicole Cagliari. I mean, I'm not betting against Shauna Bannon, who has no real MMA skills otherwise, and I think that Cagliari is just going to be more physical, get in her face, press her, and win either a gritty decision or potentially a submission. And I might put an in the moment submission bet on it. But I do have a little bit of money on her anyway, so I'll try not to overdo it, not to overstretch it on that one. Next one, Daniel Barres versus Luis Garule. I've got a plus 3.5 on Daniel Barres in this one. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think this one's going to decision. I think they're going to be hanging out on the feet, swinging it out, and I think Barres is technically the better striker. I think he's faster. Garule has not shown to be as good of a prospect as they thought when he was 10-0 coming into the UFC. Now at 10-3, 3 fights down. I think Barres can hang with him and not get taken out. And if he can do that, he can win one round. There we go. We've got a hit on the bet. So that's the way I played it this week was a plus 3.5 on Barres. Elise Ardelian versus Poliana Viana. I've got Elise Ardelian in this one. Poliana has a chance potentially in the first round. I don't think she's as bad as everyone is saying she is. I think that it is a bit overblown. But I am leaning Elise just by from what I've seen out of her, that dog mentality. She's always there in the fight. She's always giving it her best. And if there's one I want fighting for my money, it's going to be Alice Ardelian. So I've got her in a bet as well that I can't remember currently, but we'll go over the bets at the end of this. Andre Petroski versus Cody Brundage. I'm not touching it yet. Potentially fight day, I might on Cody Brundage a little bit, but I don't trust either of these fighters. I mean, how are you going to trust an 11-9 Cody Brundage, who should be out of the UFC at this point, or an Andre Petroski who knocked himself out on Jacob Malkoun's hip? Yeah, right now it's a no bet for me. We're going to keep it nice and safe on that and short. Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Ketlin Vieira. I've got pretty much this one going to decision is how I'm playing it. I think that neither woman is going to be able to take the other one out, and one of them is going to win a decision. And so I don't care who it is. I just want the fight to go long. Yeah, I put that in a parlay. I believe with Alice Ardelian, if I remember correctly, but we'll check that at the end. Tommy Gant versus Artur Minev. Tommy Gant, that's the choice. His wrestling is fantastic. I mean, this guy is relentless. He has been fighting nonstop. You can tell he is trying to play catch up on his career. He started late, but he has got all of the skills needed to beat this guy. I think he's got quite the grappling wrestling upside in this fight. Artur Minev has a very powerful shot. That's what he's got the puncher's chance, and I think that's all he's really got going in this one. And otherwise, Tommy Gant is going to be the better MMA fighter. I've got him in a parlay. Keeping my parlays 2 legs this week, guys. They're small parlays, little ones, just to try and see how that goes for me this week. All right, Nikolai Veretennikov versus Chaos Williams. I have a money line bet on Chaos Williams in this one, and it's going to be the last time I'm riding with him if he can't put it together this time. He's had a couple rough losses in a row. Last one being to Andreas Gustafsson, who was looking like a problem until he wasn't, and he got put up against some decent competition and then got absolutely dog walked. So the MMA math of it all has me a little bit scared in that he got beat by Andreas Gustafsson just by pressure. But it's a different style. It's a grappling style. He was, pressing him up against the cage, doing his damage. Whereas Nikolai's going to want to stand with him at distance. And in that fight, I'm going to give Chaos Williams a try one more time here with that knockout power, and hopefully he can hang with him on the feet like I think he can. Timmy Kawamba versus Bernardo Sopai. I've got Bernardo, money line bet on him. I'm just trusting him to be the better fighter in this one overall. Timmy Kawamba is absolutely a dog. He's going to likely be there all 3 rounds. It's probably going to decision, and it may be closer than I'm thinking here. But I'm leaning with Bernardo for the talent. I think he's got more of an upward trajectory to his career, and it just has more MMA skills overall, especially on the feet. And Modestas Bukauskas versus Christian Edwards. I have no money on this one at this point, and don't really plan to unless I see something in the moment, the night of the fight, that I'm really feeling myself, and the fights are going good for me. Otherwise, I mean, you would guess Modestas by superior strength of schedule and general time in the octagon. But I don't know enough about this Christian Edwards guy to go any further into that one. Next one here, Malcolm Wellmaker versus Juan Diaz. I've got my man Malcolm Wellmaker. I think he's coming back this time. I think he's going to grab back some of that momentum. In a nice hard fight with Juan Diaz. I think Juan Diaz looked great at weigh-ins. He's coming to fight. He's got a lot of confidence, so I don't think he's necessarily going anywhere. It might be a decision fight. It might be a slugfest, but it's going to be a fun one to watch. I'll put it that way. If I wanted to put my money on one of them, it's going to be on Malcolm Wellmaker, who I've just seen a little bit more of and trust more of at this point. Maybe Juan steals it and makes my night disappointing. We're going to go with Malcolm in this one. Next one, Duho Choi versus Daniel Santos. I put my money on Duho this time. Duho Choi, I think that Daniel Santos has been the Korean killer here recently, but as of this one, I don't think he's got it in the bag. Duho Choi looks very large in comparison to him. He's got really good grappling abilities, and I think he's going to be able to hang with him on the feet. So I'm going Duho Choi in this one as my underdog money line of this card. All right, last but not least, Arnold Allen versus Melky Costa. I actually went with Arnold Allen in this one, and I'm going to tell you why here, and that is 5 rounds. Right there, I'm going to say it. Melky, after round 3, starts to make me a little nervous. He's shown a lot of times in the past to slow down in round 3 of the fight. And then he's got 2 more rounds to go with Arnold Allen, who just went hard with Gene Silva, survived him, and looked pretty darn good. It was a nice competitive fight. I've got to go Arnold Allen in this one based on experience and based on dog mentality. I don't think Melky's getting him out of there. So Arnold Allen for the win in that one, most likely by decision. All right, so we're going to go to the bets now, guys. I'm going to walk you through those and show you what we got going for this week. All right, so here are the bets for the night, and we're starting with a Tommy Gant, Malcolm Wellmaker parlay. These are just my 2 more confident picks on the card. I think Malcolm's going to take this one back. If there's one I'm more worried about in this one, it's Malcolm. Just because of how confident and how in shape and how ready Juan Diaz looks. I don't think he's a slouch. I just think Malcolm is a special talent, and Ethan Ewing as well is a special talent, so it made sense that he lost to him, right? Second one, Alice Ardeleon and a decision in the Ketlin Vieira Jacqueline Cavalcanti fight. Got it at minus 118. $15 on that. I feel pretty confident on Alice Ardeleon, and I feel pretty confident that this fight's going to decision. So we're going to see how that works out for me. Next one here, my 2-pick parlay, Daniel Barres plus 3.5 and Nicole Cagliari money line. I put 10 initially on this. I later on got more confident after seeing Nicole Cagliari and put $5 more on it at a little bit worse of odds. I believe it was like plus 118 or something along those lines. So we'll see that up the list here in a second. Next one after that, Chaos Williams money line. We're trying this out this week, and that is so minus 115. So I put 1150 to get my $10 payout on that. See how it goes. Last time I'm going to trust Chaos if he blows this one. And just like I said earlier, here's my plus 118 on that same Nicole Cagliari Daniel Barres parlay. After that, we've got a Arnold Allen money line, and you're going to see that my strategy has kind of stayed consistent in this one on the single bet money lines. Pretty much I'm putting in a $13 wager to pay out $23 to get a $10 profit on the Arnold Allen fight if he wins. Duho Choi, $10 on him at a plus 136. I think he's got the chance, and we're going to see how he does for me. Bernardo Sopai, we put $13 on him to again pay our $10 payout against Timmy Kawamba. And last but not least, the lottery ticket of the week. If this hits, I'm a happy, happy camper, right? Here it is. Nicole Cagliari, Alice Ardeleon, Tommy Gant, Bernardo Sopai, Arnold Allen, Daniel Barres plus 3.5, and then the scary leg, Cody Brundage plus 3.5. I don't think Petrosi's going to be able to take him out of there, and then we just need Brundage to stay alive and win a round. I think this one has a shot to hit. I was feeling pretty good about this when I put it in, if all my reads on these fights are good, right? So all it takes is one to lose this one, but there's my lottery ticket of the week. There it is, guys, the UFC Vegas 117 betting breakdown for this week. We're doing it the day of the fight. This is like a couple hours before fight time, and we're going to try and get the video out, get better at consistency and timing when we're getting these videos out in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.